in
Are
just a
they?
minute.
I don't know.
Oh, look at that. This meeting is being live streamed.
All right, I'll be back in just 1 minute.
This meeting is being live streamed. By staying in this meeting, you
I
consent to
will
being
also
live
be back
streamed.
in 1 minute.
Anyone with access to the live stream can watch or share with others. By clicking on agree, you grant us the rights to all of your worldly possessions, any descendants you may have or at a later time produce, your financial empire, and that old pair of shoes under the couch.
I'll give you my financial empire, but you can't have the shoes.
Fair enough. Got it.
They're my favorite.
By staying in
shoes.
this meeting, you consent to being live streamed. I kind of love that.
Are we on camera now?
Yes, Jen.
So people.
And you look marvelous, darling. Simply marvelous.
I don't know why, but for some reason on the live stream, it's only showing Michael on camera. But now it's showing Jen. I think it's only showing like active
speaker?
voices.
It's probably, yeah, I don't think YouTube handles the gallery thing very well. I think
It doesn't
it
seem
just
to.
follows. That's why we did, actually, that's Zoom to you. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I hope.
Because like on my screen, it's showing the like thing on the side. with
Okay, so
everybody.
folks, do me a favor, kill the screen share, because if it's not showing gallery view, somebody come back, let's make sure we got 2 people can be seen at the same time, because if not, we have a problem.
Well,
so-
it's only showing that because I've got screen share or up with the background bit, the like 2x2x2 thing that you sent me a while back.
Yeah, I'm saying kill the screen share because
Oh,
you
kill the
were-
screen share.
kill the
Stop
screen share. And now what we see is gallery view. I just want to make sure that in 8
It
seconds
should switch back to that.
I hope so. If not, YouTube, boy, are you in trouble.
If not,
You-
Casey, boy, are you in trouble.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's back to that.
All right.
It's back to gallery.
We're back. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just because of the screen share thing that is doing that.
Okay, that's good. Absolutely. Well, Casey, it appears that it's you and me, pal.
Yes.
And here we are. This is Casey Baker, who is our 2x2x2 numbers maven. Lurking somewhere invisibly is Sean Ovac, who presumably is going to hit the keyboard at some point, although you never know because he's just invisible. Are you out there, Sean? We do see a name for Sean Ovac in the participants, but
And
apparently that's
his
all.
mic's live in the participants.
Is it?
Yeah.
Say something, Sean.
Hello.
There he is.
The technology works. I challenge you to do an arpeggio. Okay, now, in all seriousness, part of that kicked out, like the middle of the arpeggio kicked out. I don't know if you try turning your volume down just a click, maybe, I don't know. I heard every gorgeous note. Didn't you, Casey?
Yep.
Yes.
Visually, I'm distracted because my cat is harassing me right now.
Our numbers maven and general technical guru, Casey Baker, is being harassed by a cat. I'm Michael Burns. Not being harassed
I
by a
didn't
cat.
do it. I
At the
didn't
moment.
do it. I didn't harass.
Not you, honey. The four-legged kind.
Oh,
Kat Kappa just joined the screen. The official Mopco show is going to start in 6 minutes at 8 o'clock. This is the pre-show action. So how about this Mopco this year, huh?
I'm
Lockdown, then not locked down, back in the theater, then locked down again. Maria, Ayub, what's your take on all this craziness?
You know, it's improv. You never know what's going to happen.
Improv, never know what's going to happen. Love
Just
it.
keeping them on their toes.
Love it, love it, love it. Love the keep on their toes aspect of this group. This Mopco group keeps themselves, I think I hear you saying themselves and everybody else.
And
Jen
everybody else.
Lavenhar, what can you add to that?
My toes are wrapped up in nice warm socks tonight.
Warm socks. I've always been in favor. I've always been in favor. Cat Coppin.
For everybody
Yeah,
watching
well-
tonight, tuning in up post, thank you for braving the weather and staying inside and watching.
Yeah.
Wonders.
Yeah. Hey, what an audience this Mopco audience is, huh? They have watched in their pajamas. They've been sipping their cocoa. Some of them make popcorn. I know this to be true. Some of them have made popcorn just so they felt like they were at the Mopco Improv Theater, getting in the spirit of things. What a group, what a group, what a sportsman-like group. Sam Gorenstein, what can you add?
Most
There's
integers.
Sam.
Most
Thank you,
integers.
Sam. What?
I can add most integers.
This is the intellectual of the group, folks, Sam Gorenstein, helping us out with the arithmetic.
Thank you.
Not to be confused with the numbers maven. That's Casey
No, I
Baker.
am not.
Hmm.
I am not the numbers maven. I just
Yeah.
I can add. Like I said, I can't even add all into. I can add most integers. And honestly, that's not even true because numbers go. So I can't really. Forget what I just said. It wasn't even mathematically coherent.
I understand the lack of coherence. One of the things that the real improv aficionado loves about improv is the lack of coherence in many scenes, and yet it's accepted. It's casually folded into the narrative somehow. Everybody has a nice time, then they all go home talking about what a good job they did on stage. It's an amazing art form, huge return on the investment.
Just 'cause some things-
Absolutely, very little preparation and gigantic ego gratification. Sean Obach, it's time for another arpeggio. Missing his cue, that's Sean Obach at the keyboards.
to-
There he is.
To be fair, in improv,
There he is. Did you hear it? One more time, Sean. It was a little bit muffled.
More time.
That's Mr. Sean Obach, who's elsewhere in Schenectady at his keyboard.
I like that. It
His
sounds
musical
like
keyboard.
you also have like ballerina feet.
It does sound like ballerina feet in addition to the music. Sam Gorenstein.
I was just going to say that in improv, you can't really miss your cue because, like, when you come on and when you play is the exact moment that you played, is the exact moment you will have been designated to play. It's the exact moment that you did play.
That's deep.
Yes.
And then to add to the confusion, there's an 8-second delay to YouTube.
Yes.
Think about that one, huh?
I-
Hey, talk about meeting yourself coming down the street, coming back from the ice cream store with a pint in your hand before you've even gotten the rocky road down there at Stewart's. How about that?
The time.
What's the impact of the lag on wherever you go, there you are?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would be the point. Folks, we are just about 1 minute away from the official beginning of the Mopco 2x2x2 show. And let me tell you, this Mopco group is up for the game. I can feel the electricity in the air as I sit here. That may just be that it's dry because it's winter and I'll get a shock when I touch the doorknob, but you never know. You never know. Jen's demonstrating, rubbing the hands together. Now, I did a dumb thing the other day with a grinder in my shop, and I resolved to never do that again. So I changed the way I use the grinder, and yep, did it on the other hand. So that'll tell you that if you're stupid, it doesn't matter whether you lead with your right or your left. Things like that are just going to happen. And it's less than a minute to the beginning of the Mop and Bucket Company 2x2x2x2x2x2 show. I know that we have approximately 387,000 viewers right now, and we appreciate each and every one of you being here in the moment, watching the show with us. Don't we, folks? I may make an echo happen for just a second there. Now the echo won't happen. And I believe it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. It's 2x2 with the Mop and Bucket Company. I'm Michael Burns, joined by numbers maven Casey Baker, musician Sean Oback, my dear partner, wife, and best friend, Kat Coppett, Sam Gorenstein, Jennifer Lavenhar, and the amazing Maria Ayub. We are delighted to be here with you this evening, and you are similarly delighted to be here with us, I am sure. Somewhere Howard Cosell is hovering, hovering, hovering. So let's get started without any further ado. Sean Baker has a random numbers generator with the numbers between 1 and 5. He's going to generate 2 numbers. Those people will do our first scene. Audience members, you can put in to the YouTube chat suggestions, and we will endeavor to use them whenever possible. Places, relationships, activities, objects, anything you want to suggest within reason. Keep it clean. There are kids watching, we think. What are the numbers, Maven?
All right, number 4. And
Number 4.
Number 1.
And number 1.
And your suggestion is going to be a ski lift.
Deborah?
Yes, Charles.
Deborah, you've been my sister now for the entirety of my life.
Yes.
Yes. And I have to say, this was your best idea.
You really like it?
Yes.
Oh, Charles, I'm so happy. You're very difficult to surprise. And you're harder to please. So
yes. I have to be honest with you. When we got onto the ski lift, I thought there's no way this could be nearly as exciting as you said it would be. But then, as we got further up the ski lift, my level of excitement went from here to here to here. I could, if I had to make it a graph, it would be the exact shape of the ski lift.
right, yeah. That's by design, actually. I think that's the way they create these places. And so then you got to the top, and then, you know, I told you it was quite a thrill sliding down very fast on slippery sticks down a mountainside with no control and sort of facing your mortality, right?
Yes, yes, my mortality, yes.
Charles, you did ski down the mountain, didn't you?
I never got off the ski lift.
Oh, that was you? Oh God, you were the one who was, everybody's laughing at, down at the bottom, we were all laughing about that guy. I think I don't know. I'm sorry, Charles. Do you want to try again?
Of course. I believe that the ski lift, in some ways, is a metaphor for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that in some ways it is also a metaphor for you and a metaphor for all people. Therefore, I will say yes.
Okay. When you say it's a metaphor for all people, do you mean the way everyone is always so scared of new experiences and doesn't really challenge themselves and doesn't really try to step outside their comfort zone like you?
That's a layer of it, certainly, yes. Also, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down.
Okay.
Is all I'm saying.
Charles, that is sort of a meaningless platitude because it is a ski slope and you are supposed to go up in the lift and come down on the skis. So I'm asking you, what do you need to make this happen? Because I got to tell you, this wasn't just a pleasant surprise. I think you need this, Charles.
I do. I need to get on that ski lift.
You really do.
And I need to get off the ski lift before the ski lift comes back to the place where I got on the ski lift.
Well, yes, that goes without saying. I didn't think that was necessary to vocalize. But yes, you need to ski down the ski slope on your skis, Charles.
And you know something? I'd like you to try, if I may, I'd like you to try staying on the ski lift. I'd like you to experience the slow, you're the thrill seeker of the family. You're the one who always go out and whoo, whoo, whoo. I want you to do something where you're not facing your own mortality, and I'll face my own mortality. And how's that for a look, I'm in the wrong, and I'm aware I'm in the wrong. All right. I should have gotten off the ski lift, and
You might have something here, Charles. You know,
Really?
You need to take a risk. You
Yeah.
need to indulge in the thrill of speed and the uncertainty of whether you will survive the trip. Maybe I'm become a little bit of a thrill junkie, and I need to not get off that lift and be the idiot that everybody is laughing at for once.
Yes. Look, I'll be honest. I don't want to do that to you. My whole life, for which you've been my sister the entire time, as yes, you have been the brave, adventurous one, and I've been the one not to. And to be honest, I feel like if you go down this ski if you go with me, it'll just be another thing where I'm following you down. But if I go down first, literally and figuratively, you will be following me down.
Yes, I see what you're saying. You need to get out in front of me for once in your life.
But
It's
you know,
okay. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
but you know what I will say?
What?
What if we both stay on the ski lift, but we like sort of hang off it with the skis on the, okay. Meet back at the ski chalet. Let's just get on the lift and see what happens. Meet back at the ski chalet at 5 for Coco.
Yeah, let's just see what happens.
Ski chalet at 5.
You shall have
And
fun.
scene. Thank you, Sam and Jennifer. Thank you very much. Oh, numbers maven, can you once again generate those magic numbers?
All right, number 5.
Number
and
5, that's me.
Number 2.
And number 2, that's you. And
And
could we have a
your
suggestion?
your suggestion is going to be, let's go with crunchy granola bar.
Crunchy granola bar. Well, it's a new concept. I'm trying it out. I think they'll come in for it.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
It's comfort. It's wholesome.
It's healthy.
I mean, it's not like you can't get a drink. We'll have, we have drinks. You can order. You want a drink? I can get you a drink.
I think the Sprout Up dive bar is a concept that can't lose.
I like that. Sprout Up. That was your play on words, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I'm just.
You're taking the granola thing, and that's oats, and they sprout. Oat sprouts, well known, and you do a startup.
Well, that's your idea, isn't it? To have like a health food
Health food
bar,
dive bar. That's right.
a food dive bar. That's it.
And it's, well, it's like the old Sinatra song. That's life. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Riding high in April and you shot down in May.
no, I don't think you're going to be shot down, Hank. I understand why you're nervous. I do, because I know this isn't your first outing with the
No.
entrepreneurial efforts, and I just want to say that I understand. I think this is great.
Bess,
I'm
Bess,
I see it. Like I get it. I think
Bessie.
pool tables should have vegan.
Bess,
What?
I'm terrified.
I understand, Hank. I know why you're terrified. I'd be terrified too if I'd gone bankrupt 3 times and I was going to try to start it up again.
The hell was I thinking?
If I were you, I would be getting a job in the bank down at the corner as a teller and get like benefits and like not do anything crazy.
But no, I had to buy this old Grange Hall and turn it into a crunchy granola bar.
Look, I have been a waiter at this place under 6 different owners. 6. You would be the 7th. And do you know how many of those 6 owners have gone out of business, Hank?
6.
6. That's why you're here. Why do you think this place was so cheap?
Everybody said that place is cursed. Don't go near it.
Look,
Don't go near it.
Hank, you know me. I had big dreams back in high school too. But did I pursue them?
No, you were safe.
No, that's right. I was safe.
You
I was
stayed
safe.
safe.
I stayed safe.
By the way, Jeremy's well, I hope. CPA business okay?
He is a very, very good earner
I know he
and
is.
a very solid guy.
And a good guy. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I mean, what kind of good guy doesn't like be a stay-at-home dad and a CPA?
Really. And the caravan running well?
The caravan is running very well.
Got it. I envy you, Bess. Because that's you. And that's been you ever since high school. Me, I've been a pauper, a poet, a pirate. You know the Sinatra song. Really, it's just a pawn and a king. That's the rest of it. I've never been a king, though. Really, have I? I keep doing it, Bess. I keep putting everything in to the next thing that's going to put me over the top.
Hank, you have been a king, don't you remember? You were.
Oh, you're
prom
talking
king.
about the burger.
You were prom king, Hank. And what about the burger?
I had a job for a little while at Burger King. I thought that's what you were talking about because they made me wear the crown. And
Right in between.
Yeah, but that wasn't even. I don't even put that on the resume. That's not the kind of thing that you talk
No,
about.
I'm talking about prom king, Hank. You were prom king.
Yep.
And I know you can be king again. I know that the Sprout Up dive bar is just what this town wants. There are so many people like me who've had to split their lives in 2. Should I be healthy or not healthy? Should I be safe or take the risks? Should I be my true inside beautiful butterfly or stay a little caterpillar munching away on the ground? But we need a place to go, Hank. We need
So
a
you
place
think-
where we don't have to choose one or the other.
So you think the sprouted oat tequila
Sprout
stinger?
Up dive bar.
No, I'm talking about the drink, the sprouted oat tequila stinger. I made it up. I didn't know what you'd think about it. Here, try. Just try that.
Wow. That tastes terrible. And then great.
So the kids will dig it. Right.
You do a whole sprouted oat. What did you call it? Sprouted oat.
It's a sprouted oat tequila stinger.
You could have a sprouted oat tequila stinger challenge. Hank, I challenge you to open this place. Vegan pool tables, sprouted oat tequila stingers, and all. And I want to be your very first cocktail waitress, and I will be by your side, making sure that this place does not be the 7th loser folding place in this spot, but the first God honest success that we have on this corner. And maybe they'll even put in a stoplight. So we stop having so many accidents, because this will be the place everybody wants to be.
Mom would be so proud of you, Bess. God, you're great. I'm doing it. And scene. Thank you, Kat. And numbers, Maven. Looks like one of us hasn't worked yet, and they need to work with another person.
So that'd be number 3. And
Number 3
the repeat is going to be number 4.
and number 4.
And the suggestion is going to be, let's go with shuffling papers.
Come on in. I've been looking over your taxes. I'm almost done. I've got the kids,
Oh,
at home too. So
yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
hey, give me that W-2. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. It's how are they? How's the family?
They're good. It's just no. They keep drooling on the
Oh,
tax papers.
yeah. Yeah, trying to balance, just everything with everything going on in the home office type thing. I get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. That's
Yeah. I'm trying to, train them to help out a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. Jenny here, she's 4 now, so she's handling the 1040 easies.
Yeah.
But you have a
Wait.
lot of assets, so
I'm
I
sorry.
probably need something more
Who
complicated.
did you say was handling them? I'm sorry.
Jenny, my 4-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. We, I figure you start with the 1040 EZ, right? And like when she turns 5, she could maybe handle like somebody who, works in New York City but doesn't live in New York City, maybe lives in Yonkers, and they have the extra forms.
Right. I guess.
Remember, Jenny? Yeah, Yonkers. Remember? See, she remembers.
Oh, that's. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's. I mean, back in the day, apprenticeships started very young with kids with like
Right.
other fields, like farming families and all the stuff there. So I guess this is.
I'm trying to get Bobby to do the filing. He's walking now, so
Look, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind my asking this, but you look these over, right? When they're done with them, like
Yeah,
you give them okay.
yeah, no, of course. It's all organized, and you don't have to worry because you've got the 1040A, so I handle that.
Right. I just
Between feedings.
I just mean nothing that's going to the government here. Like it's all been looked at by you specifically before it goes out the door.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's a requirement for you.
That's big up on my list in terms of, I mean,
Okay. I'll just make a note of that. Of course that is the default, but okay.
not that I don't, I mean, I appreciate, I'm sure that they're doing a great job, but just you have the experience and yeah.
Yeah, I've been a CPA for 17 years.
Yeah.
But Jenny's got 2 years under her belt now, so
Wow.
yeah. You start with the filing. I started her a little late. I started her filing at 2, and Bobby, I started, as soon as he could walk. There's just so many papers.
Should I? My kids are well, our kids have been going to the same like play group for the last few years.
Yeah.
Last couple. Yeah. Mine have been we're still working on like more advanced concepts. like, the shapes and the blocks and I'm just saying that your kids seems like, is there like what preschool are they in? Or is there like
Well, they're homeschooled, John.
oh,
Yeah. So what are you doing at home with them?
oh, I mean, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing so much in this.
And
Marcy, may I call you Marcy?
of course, yes, of course.
What else can I be doing? I mean, I'm buying them. I get the zoo books and the whatchamacallit, the songs on the tape. They listen to I mean, obviously it's on a tape, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess I'm just wondering, could you be teaching them your trade? You're a carpenter, right?
Yes, it's the power tools are.
I mean, they could start out manual.
The saws and
Well, I mean,
I'm a
Jill
little-
is 3, right? She's 3.
Jill's 3, Jody is 7.
You haven't started her yet?
Look, I'm not saying that she can't, if she wanted to, take up a saw and just start, but at the same time, I feel like that's more of a family conversation. I don't know that the place that we'd land on that is let's give Jody a saw.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's not my place to judge. I just do the taxes, right? Like there's no judgment. I look at the numbers. I don't think about the numbers, but I'm just a little unsolicited advice.
Okay.
Maybe could use the extra income.
Okay.
I mean, you have 2 potential earners in the house who are not bringing anything in right now, and
I would not say my daughters are potential earners in that sense. They're kids. They're children. They should have the free time to be kids and Jody's in school and Jill will be Jill's in the preschool and she'll be starting homework soon enough. And it's I don't want to pile on to that. And
okay.
How are your kids handling it? Just seems
I mean,
like a lot to balance.
Well, I mean, I think Bobby's closed himself in the file cabinet again, and Jenny, Jenny, what are you doing? Oh God.
Okay.
I think she might have peed on your forms.
And
Right.
scene. Oh, yes. Now, as has suddenly become a tradition, it is time. It's time for the mid-show song. This would be the song about our theme song. This week, it's going to be sung by
But is this the theme song?
Yes.
Mid-theme?
No, this isn't the theme song. This is the song
okay,
about
that's
the
for
theme
me.
song.
Okay.
Oh, it's a song about the theme
Song
song.
You're
About
doing the
the
song.
theme song?
Yeah, this is the mid-show song about the mid-show theme song,
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
as became tradition.
who's doing that?
And are we doing the call and response?
Yeah. Is that you,
Sean.
Maria? You're doing this
I'm
week,
gonna do it. Yes. Thank you.
song about the mid-show theme song. Sean, are you with us?
Yes.
Wonderful. So without any further ado, our brand new tradition, Maria Ayub singing this week's song about the mid-show theme song.
This is the time for our new tradition. This is the song's latest edition. We don't actually sing a song at the midpoint. We just sing a song about singing a song about a midpoint. But it's so nice to sing with Sean. That I could go on and on, but I won't.
Yay! All right. Yes. Sean Oback and Maria Ayub singing this week's song about the mid-show theme song. And if you're wondering what's going on with the Mopco Improv Theater, hey, so are we. But what we plan is to be back live in the theater on the 4th of February. That would be next Friday. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen that night. It'll be the Mop and Bucket Company. It will be improvised. The following night, we will be continuing this run of 2x2x2, but we'll be doing it on stage, perhaps with you in the audience. We'll ask everyone, of course, to be masked and provide vaccination proof, all that good stuff. But we'll be there, and we hope you will too, granted that the numbers continue to improve. Now, if you want to learn all sorts of things about the Mop and Bucket Company and the Mopco Improv Theater, you can go to mopco.org. Do not go to mopco.com. It's a bad place.
Unless you want cleaning supplies.
There she is. That's the girl I married. All right, let's go on now with part 2, numbers. Maven, kick us off. I'm just back, so there's a picture.
Hank,
Hey,
listen, before Charles gets here, I wanted to have a little talk with you.
with me?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
First of all, how's the new venture going?
Well, it's, word's getting out. Word's getting out.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's going to be, I think this 5th time's a charm, I think it's going to be
that's
great.
good. I've
Yeah.
got my fingers crossed for you. Are you starting to see some of that investment come back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. We had quite a day yesterday. It was busy. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, listen, Charles is going to be here any minute, and I need to let you know he's really going through a rough time. Okay. He
What's
just
going on with Charles?
look, just like metaphorically speaking, he can't get off the ski lift. And I've been trying, but I'm his sister. You're his brother. You talk to him.
You want me to talk to Charles?
Yes, look, you are the poster boy for stepping outside of your comfort zone and facing failure. You be encouraging.
Well, okay. You know what? I thank you. I really do. But to be totally honest with you, I what am I trying to say here? Charles and I, Deb, Charles and I don't. The chemistry isn't always magical.
I know. But look, first of all, we're grown-ups now, okay? It's time to put that treehouse bullshit aside, all right? It has been 35 years, so enough.
Well,
right?
you don't have a wrist full of screws, do you?
No, I don't. But, those scars are 35 years old. I know they're still in there. You can't fly. It's sad. I get
That
it.
arthritis is current. That difficulty in bending is.
I know. But he's your brother and he's
Yes.
really struggling. And I think when I try to talk to him, it's just intimidating because everything I do succeeds. So I think he really needs you, Hank.
Deb. See, the thing is, you're doing this, you're setting up this conversation, and it's true that everything you do succeeds. So maybe this will succeed. And of course, maybe it won't. Oh.
What maybe what will succeed? The talk between the two of you?
My mind was sort of on 2 tracks there.
Two separate slopes at the same
I'm a little
time?
preoccupied with, Because do you remember how we had that conversation after I talked to Bessie, I talked to you just to get sort of confirmation, and
Yeah.
then I really took the plunge, and then Bess came by and she said it was going to work, and
Yeah, no,
once I got it open.
It was lovely. Yeah. A little empty, but lovely.
That's what she saw. That's what it'd be nice if you dropped by.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm totally going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's.
So anyway, you're right. I was going down.
Empire to run. It doesn't leave a lot of
I know.
spare time for
I know.
outings, but
What are you running? What?
my empire.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Last time we talked, it was your conglomerate. Now it's your empire.
Well, yeah, we sort of did a couple of acquisitions, so now it's technically an empire, no longer.
Rename it? Did you rename it? Did you rename the company?
We're talking with the tax guy about that. Yeah, it's complicated. It's really complicated.
Yeah, everything's complicated. But I was going down two slopes. I was hitting some moguls, if you will. But back to Charles, yes. Sure, I am happy to talk to Charles.
All right. Thank you.
But you haven't.
I was just going to say you're a good brother, and
Deb, what the hell kind of jumping off the ski lift? I mean, what do you want the guy to do?
just he never takes a chance at anything. He never does.
I think it's guilt. I think it's, and I can talk to him about that because, hey, I don't need to move my wrist, right? I'm getting along just fine without moving my wrist. So maybe I can fully, yeah, I'm getting excited about this. This has got me, I'm psyched.
You think he still feels guilty because he thinks it was his fault?
Well, everybody thinks it was his fault.
Right. Yeah.
Deb?
No, yeah.
Deb?
Yeah.
Fess up.
It wasn't Charles's fault that you fell out of the tree house.
Oh my God.
Bess and I had been up there. I know we weren't supposed to go into your treehouse, but we had been up there pulling out screws and nails, and we didn't know it was completely destabilizing the whole thing. And
you and Bess, both of you?
Yeah, it was mostly her.
Wait a minute! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Mostly her.
It was her idea.
That is decades of secrecy. You cannot mostly her me about that.
Well, look, I mean, I wasn't about to ruin my perfect record with mom and dad. I never did anything wrong, and
What about me? What about Charles? What about
growing up? It didn't matter. And
I'm a serial entrepreneur who keeps having to borrow more money to cover the latest dumb thing, and he won't even get out of his room. Don't you think that there was enough?
I'm supposed to know this would be the legacy of pulling some stupid screws and nails out of your stupid treehouse?
Stupid treehouse.
It was a lovely treehouse.
You thought it was a stupid treehouse. I studied the work of Frank Lloyd Wright from the age of 3 to design that treehouse.
That was supposed to be a Frank Lloyd Wright treehouse.
It was modeled after falling water.
Yeah, look, it did.
That's why the hose was up there.
Yeah, now I see the connection. Just look, okay, I think you really are.
Cantilevers are very delicate. You move just a couple of nails, a couple of screws, and kaboom, which is obviously what happened.
I didn't know that at the time, but who puts cantilevers in a tree house?
Anyone who admires the work of the great Frank Lloyd Wright.
All right, look.
Most 10-year-olds, in other words, most 10-year-olds would do that.
35 years old, Hank. It doesn't matter. I think you're really onto something. he is racked with guilt, and that is why he can't take a risk.
I said I talked to him. I said I talked to him. You, I'm not sure I'm going to talk to again. Okay. Not speaking to you because that's childish, and I am not childish. I am an adult. I'm just saying that it may be some time before I really feel comfortable having a casual little old conversation with my sister.
But look, I will swing by the place and we will talk this out after you talk with Charles, okay?
Just don't, if you show up in your helicopter, I will never speak to you again.
I won't. No. Thank you, and I'm sorry.
For God's sakes. Jesus.
Sorry. Thank you for meeting me, Marcy.
Of course. Is something bothering you?
Yes, I asked Jeremy if I could bring the children to the playground today and have this conversation with you because, well, I think maybe you know why. It just seems to me that, fine, I'll say it. It just seems to me that maybe the children aren't the only folks who've been playing around at these playground meetings that you and Jeremy and the kids have been having.
What are you trying?
I just think that Jeremy has been coming home very filled with energy and mirth for a stay-at-home dad CPA.
You know, people underestimate how much fulfillment you can find as a stay-at-home parent CPA.
Oh,
You think because you leave to go to work, then you get to have all the mirth and fulfillment and
I'm just
joy.
saying, I've noticed a shift in the particular tenor of his joy and mirth in the last 6 months or so, Marcy.
Maybe he just really loves tax season. A lot of us do.
Well, I've been with Jeremy for 12 tax seasons. And I just want to say that usually that makes him crankier, less excited about taking care of the children. You know, if it were up to him, he would put them to work. He would have those kids working on returns if it were up to him.
I've been telling him that.
Oh, that's where he got that idea.
Well,
That's crazy. That's the craziest. Well, I mean, aside from some of the things that are happening at my new job, that is the craziest thing that I've ever heard from anyone except my brother.
Well, Bess, I mean, he might have seen the kids working while he was. I mean, I just mentioned.
At the playground, your kids were working at the playground?
They were playing. They were playing it. You know, the kids pick up. They start talking about the tax form sometimes. I don't know. You know, Bess, it's not my business, but maybe if you showed some interest in tax season.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? Quit my job so that I can show more interest in my husband's job?
Well, what about when you're home? You could ask him, you know, what are the new IRA contribution limits this year, sweetheart? And how is it affecting your clients? And you could ask him, you know, explain to me the nuances between a 403B and a 401k, because he explains that beautifully. And I don't know if you've ever heard that.
No, I must have missed that. Whenever I ask him about tax forms, he says, I don't want to talk about work, or, oh, you wouldn't be interested.
Okay, look. You're right. We've been reading the tax code to each other while our children nap. I've never felt this way before about another CPA. His understanding of, he can even put the current tax code in a historical context. His mind is brilliant, Bess.
Wait,
And he just doesn't feel appreciated.
wait, but that's it? You've just been like doing taxes together?
Well, not doing taxes, just reading the tax code.
But that's it? You're not like boinking?
No. What do you,
You're not having an
I've been
affair
at
with my
home all day.
husband?
When would I boink?
You're just like getting off on talking taxes with each other? Like doing accountant stuff?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, I feel so stupid. No,
No, I feel
I'm
terrible.
sorry.
I don't mean, I never wanted to be the other CPA.
Oh no, I'm really embarrassed. I just thought he was like screwing around behind my back. It's like,
I mean, it does mean something.
yeah, sure. It means something. It means something. I'm okay, but like, look, I could not possibly have any more I could not have any less interest in taxes. I'm sorry. And if he like needs someone on the side to like get his accountant rocks off with, like that is so okay with me. Like I am like you look like really shocked.
No, I guess I wasn't expecting. You're
Like
you're
think,
giving me
like,
permission.
I am totally like, I am so like polynumerary.
Like,
like,
I can like tax your husband on the regular.
Well, I don't want you to like tax us, like make us pay money.
No,
but
it's
if
just
you
that's
guys,
what we
like, wanna
call that's what we call reading the tax code to each other.
taxing each other. Like I've been telling him he should not have a sole proprietorship, that he should start a firm or something. So
I
if
know,
you-
right?
Like it would firm him up to like partner with you. Like I am all for it.
Hmm. Now I don't know if I want to anymore.
You mean now that it's not like illicit?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a CPA. I just follow the rules all the time.
No, I
was
get
like,
that.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. Wow. I'm sorry I screwed everything up. I'm such an idiot.
No, you're not.
Could
It's
I
me.
could I just invite you out for a drink? Like I don't
Yeah.
know, like Saturday night
Yeah.
at the Sprout Up dive bar.
The
I will-
Sprout Up dive bar.
The Sprout Out dive bar. I will give you something that will knock your socks off. And I bet as an accountant, your brain is great at billiards.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And
Have
I
one
like
on-
that. All right. I think the kids are waking up. I should
Yeah.
go check on them.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
How
You
goes it,
go.
brother?
I didn't even reckon. That's shocking. That is shocking.
I am exploring lifestyle changes.
Oh man. Is that you? I mean, is that my little brother?
Indeed, it is. I am definitely doing things.
Hey, there's some people starting an improv group here. They're working on that little platform over there on Wednesday nights. Maybe you should
Ooh.
work with them because they're funny. They're really fun. They're
Oh.
really, yeah.
Oh, that could be. Yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll bring in some audience, and some folks. So you should join them because, gosh, if you're funny, that's awesome, bro.
I don't know if I'm funny. I'm trying to be adventurous though. With Deborah was saying I wasn't adventurous enough, but this'll show her. This'll show her.
Yeah, yeah, Deborah. Wow.
What
Deborah,
was it?
huh? Like, am I right?
You asked to meet me out for lunch. We haven't had lunch together in quite some time.
Yeah, and I got they're going to be bringing some stuff from the menu, new items that we might want to be serving. So I hope you don't mind being a guinea pig. They're pretty good though.
I don't mind at all.
That's great. It's mostly based on oats. But you'd never know it. Oats can be incredibly diverse.
Yeah.
Spicy, creamy, you name it.
And you asked me instead of Deborah to be your guinea pig to try a new thing.
Darn right I did. Darn right.
So I see I'm building a bit of a reputation for myself.
Yeah, you are. Look at you.
Yes.
Look at you.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, back when we were kids, it wasn't your fault.
What wasn't my fault?
It wasn't your fault.
Well, what do you mean it wasn't my fault?
You didn't do it. It wasn't your fault.
You've made very clear to me over the years that
I know I did, and that's why I wanted to buy you lunch and have a little chat, because I just learned that it was Deborah.
What? I'm sorry. What do you mean it was Deborah?
Deborah messed up. That treehouse was inspired by the work of Frank Lloyd Wright, the great architect. It was inspired by falling water specifically, which is why the hose was there. And I did a lot of math. I started when I was 3 with that. Do you remember the coffee table book of Frank Lloyd Wright's houses that Mom and Dad had, oddly enough, on the coffee table? And I studied that book. And then I got into algebra when I was 3.5, 4, and I worked on a design for that treehouse. As soon as I was old enough to climb, I went to work on that place, and you helped, and you were awesome. You were pretty clumsy, but you were awesome. And then that particular day, little known, unbeknownst to us, Deborah, and yes, it gets worse, Bess messed around, removing a bunch of screws and nails and other critical items that supported the cantilever aspect of the whole thing, such that when you filled the bucket with the hose, that additional weight caused the whole thing to come down and my wrists to break and have to have screws, not unlike the ones that they removed from the treehouse, inserted into it in a long and painful operation, which was not your fault.
Not my fault.
At all.
Not my fault.
Not a bit of it.
Oh, well, good heavens. Goodest day for me. Not my fault.
It wasn't your
Not
fault.
my
It wasn't
fault.
your fault. I am so
You
sorry.
have been holding it against me for the last 20 years. You, 30 years. I've lost track of time. You're the one who's been holding it against me. And Deborah and Bess have been a part of my life. You think you're going to come here and I know that it's not my fault because I was a child. Even if it was my fault, it wasn't my fault.
You've done therapy.
You haven't.
No, I haven't.
I don't care what Deborah and Bess did 30 years ago. I cared that you hated me.
Charles, I never hated you. I never hated you.
You seethed. You
I was-
seethed. You held it against me when you thought it was me.
I was angry. I held some anger in a very unhealthy way.
For decades.
Decades is true. It became, I grew accustomed to your face and I held it in a certain way. I grew accustomed to your smile. And when I thought of that day and that pain, it was easy to just blame you for a while. And then a while became a year, and I just would talk to anyone, get their ear, and tell them about how much anger I held towards you. And whenever I was blue, the anger would blossom in me like a flower, and I would talk about it by the hour, and I didn't mean to. But it became like an addiction to me. And then suddenly, Deborah informed me of the news. And I knew what's true. And I'm sorry, Charles.
I forgive
From the bottom
you.
of my heart.
I forgive you. As long as you can forgive them. Can you? Can you forgive them? Hank?
Yes. Yes.
Hank, that was a very pained yes. Can you
Yes.
forgive them?
Yes. Yes. Damn it. Yes. Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Now let's not start with insults, right? We've discussed this. Now, when we left off last week, we were discussing the treehouse incident.
I think it's really been at the core of this family's general paths for the last, well, gosh, I don't know how many years now, but
34.
34. Because if you think about it, yes, I've given in to my inhibitions with the guilt that I felt, but the more you think about it, it's not just me. Deborah, you're so driven. So driven.
Did he just call her Deborah?
Always does that when he's angry.
Oh.
Deborah, would you like to respond to that?
Yes. I would like to know why there were cantilevers on the treehouse in the first place.
It doesn't matter why there were cantilevers on the treehouse because
It's
I was
inspired
inspired
by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Okay,
Yeah.
look,
All
I
right,
know
all right.
falling water,
One-
and that treehouse was
one-
no falling water, okay?
Time out, family. For once, I agree with Hank. It doesn't matter that there were cantilevers on the treehouse. What matters is that the treehouse is still with all of you in such a real way. Now, can anyone think of a way that you could move on as a family?
I can.
Go on, Charles.
This might sound counterintuitive, but perhaps the only way to get beyond the treehouse is to build a new treehouse. Together.
At our age, you want us to build a treehouse.
a big one. Is this are we talking about an actual like tree and lumber and hardware treehouse, or is this a metaphorical treehouse?
It can be as literal as anyone wants it to be, but I think literal is where we should aim.
You're talking about actually lumber and
I think this could be a way of working out a lot of your frustrations and deep-seated dynamics.
Why don't I just buy us each a treehouse?
that's not the point, Deborah. Not all of us can just buy everyone a
Yep.
treehouse. The
Maybe
whole
if you
point
try
here,
being-
somebody made a
Maybe if you
healing.
didn't always try being in control of things like you were when you took all of the screws out of the last treehouse, none of this would happen.
Now,
was
family, do you
your
see what's
idea.
happening? Do you see what's happening? You're right back in it. You're right back in it. You need to stay in the present.
Put your arm down.
Well, I just
Um,
like to say that I don't actually remember the old treehouse because I was only 4.
You were old enough to use a screwdriver, weren't you?
Well, you know what? You can make little kids do anything, sort of like programmed little Roombas. It doesn't mean they actually understand what they're doing.
I'll give you that.
All I'm
I'll
saying
give you that.
is that I would very much like a do-over for this family. And if we were to build a treehouse, I could be there and I could be myself and I could actually show up instead of just being an order taker. And that would be really meaningful to me. And who knows, maybe if I showed up with an actual personality and needs and wants of my own, it could be different this time for everybody.
You see yourself as an order taker?
I think I'm literally a waiter.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, point taken.
Well, I could, try to be supportive of somebody else's concept and idea, even if it's stupid. I could just blindly support it the way perhaps sisters do.
Just like,
No, Hank,
I'm trying.
Hank, just let her.
She is trying.
Wait, what?
What did?
You can move your wrist.
Oh,
What's going on?
he's healed through psychotherapy. It's I've read about these cases. This is incredible.
Good. Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow. You know, I like this vision for all of you. And there's one last thing I'll say is that my twin sister is an accountant, and I think you could write the lumber off as a business expense.
I know
So
her.
are
Her
we-
name's Marcy. She's awesome.
really?
Yeah,
I
Marcel, yeah.
That
I actually I have a couple of issues with the new place.
okay. How about we go build a treehouse and we'll have our last meeting there?
Hey, you know what?
It's a wonderful idea.
We do that bye-bye wave that we used to do before the incident. Remember how we all used to stand?
Bedtime.
Yeah, exactly. We all sit in our bed and go bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wonderful
Bye-bye.
work. You have really showed up for each other.
Hey, I got
I'm
some
sorry,
oat sprout mojitos.
I'm
in a
sorry,
thermos.
Hank. Our time is up now.
I was just telling him I got some
No.
oat sprout
It's
mojito.
been 50 minutes.
Let's wave.
Just trying to
Bye-bye.
offer them a
Wait, bye-bye, Hank.
And scene.
Well, you never know what's going to happen at a mop and bucket company show. And
Mhm.
what we do know now is that happened.
What happened?
It really happened.
That really happened just now.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Thank you, my compatriots, for this wonderful time. And yeah, all
So
right.
that was the pilot, right? And now we'll see if it gets picked up.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Right to the network.
And Casey, are we in, out, on, off?
We're still
I'd
on.
say
It says right there.
We are
We're
still
about-
on. So Casey,
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Sean Oback at the keyboards, Casey Baker, the numbers maven and YouTube operator, Jen Lavenhar, Sam Gorenstein, Maria Ayub, Kat Coppett. My name is Michael Burns. We love you all 87 million of you.